Now that Justin has shown you how to properly fill the tub and get it started, I'm going to show you the operations of each of the dials up on the top rail of the spa. First, we're going to start off with this one here. If you notice, it says on and off, and it has little dots, almost like air bubbles. This basically is to let air flow through the jet for the hydrotherapy process. So when you open it, this will allow the air to be properly mixed with the water for the hydrotherapy end of the spa. Now the other dials, you're going to notice, these look a little different. These just say on and off and have rotating arrows. This will shut off and on your neck jets. This one here, if you have two of them on the same side, could be for your foot jets. The bigger ones, the bigger valve is called a water diverter. It'll move the water from one area of the spa to another. In this case, in this model, it will move it from the back of the seat to the front, or you can split it in between and use them both. Now as we walk around the tub, you're going to notice every seat has their controls next to them so that you don't get confused. This is going to be the air to allow for this seat. This is going to be on and off for the neck jets. We keep going around. This is going to be for the whirlpool jet, off and on. Now keep in mind, your model might not have a lot of these features. Some do, some don't. A little common sense goes a long way. Each control is right next to the seat. So if we just take our time, sit, and watch what they do and play with them, you can figure it out. It's very easy. There's nothing complicated about it. Now some come with a second auxiliary control. This is an extra control besides the main set. It just gives you functions to the light and to the jets on and off. The tub shuts off every 15 to 20 minutes. That's a cycle. Lets you know how long you've been in there, and it also serves in case a kid, a child, someone has accidentally left it on and walked away. You don't want to find out 2 or 3 hours later that the tub has been running. So the tub times out, shuts off every 15 to 20 minutes. Not a problem. You wait a few minutes or whatever, you soak, you can easily turn it on and continue using your spa. You also need to keep in mind that each jet shuts off and on individually. So there is no such thing as one jet not working. We get a lot of calls and it's that their kids or someone came over and someone will tell me, hey, one jet is not working. It's impossible. We're in a manifold system. If half the chair is working, they all have to work. Someone has accidentally either turned it off or on, you know, that will obstruct the flow of water. So please keep that in mind. Now, some models will have a waterfall. The waterfall is controlled, and you'll see an on and off button here, and basically it'll trickle out. You can close it all the way or open it up all the way. Some of them have LED lights. Now, the problem with waterfalls is that if we were to totally close it off and not use the spa, let's say in a week, the water in that line would get stagnant. And then when you were to open it, it would contaminate the main chamber. So we always like the water to trickle out. So, you know, unless you use the tub every day, and then you could totally shut it off and turn it on. But, you know, a lot of us don't get to go out there every day. Some people do, some people don't. But what you want to do is always leave the water trickle out when the tub is not being used. Like that, you will never get stagnant water coming in your line. Now, if you do leave it on all the time, what tends to happen is you're going to get debris clogging up the jets and clogging up the waterfall, and it would look funny or not even. There's a simple process. You got two little notches. You could pop the faceplate off, This is part of maintenance, and we'll get further into how to clean and maintain your waterfall. But there's 2 notches. You can pop the faceplate off. There's 4 little screws. You pull that out, and there's a screen there that you could clean. That's in case you accidentally always leave your waterfall on. It will get clogged with debris, and it will not look pretty. In this segment, I'm going to show you how to maintain and clean your waterfall. First, we start off by, locating the waterfall. Once you located the waterfall, you're going to notice there's a couple of notches on either end of the waterfall. You get a sharp object, a flat screwdriver or a knife. Just pop the faceplate right off. You put it in that little notch, pry it up, go to the other side, pry it up, and what you do is you snap it off. Once you've snapped off the faceplate, you're going to notice there's 4 screws. They're Phillips, so you get a small Phillips head screwdriver and you unscrew them. Make sure that you don't drop them in the water or keep track of where they go. Now, once you've got all 4 of the screws out, then you grab the base of the waterfall and you pull it forward. The whole faceplate comes off. There is a gasket there. Make sure if it happens to come out, just put it right back in place. Not a big deal. You're going to notice the screen. Now, this is the screen that usually gets clogged. So again, you get something flat, a flat screwdriver or a knife. You just basically pry it up. Little common sense, comes right off. You clean it. You can also, if you notice any debris there, you can actually turn on the water a little bit, turn it off. That cleared the line. Once it's nice and clean, you just do everything backwards. Put the faceplate back on, put the body back on, put the screws, screw it back down, and then I'll put the faceplate back on. It's that simple. Okay. The waterfall, that's part of maintenance. So every time that you clean a filter, make sure it's a nice beautiful day outside. You don't want to do it when it's below freezing. You don't want to drain a spa when it's below freezing. Pick beautiful, nice days. You don't want to have to thaw out a water hose or anything. Once everything is back together, and you're done.